I got another rambling video to make. Much like the last one, this is not gonna have any structure. This is gonna be like one of those stupid buildings where it's just a mess. You just have to go with me on that, alright? And you probably saw the thumbnail, the title, you know why you're here. Because I'm gonna talk about a game that I've just gotten into the past month or so and I've been playing non-stop. We're talking hard and fast, day after day, grinding. And that's Rainbow Six Siege, a game that I don't understand how I missed like 5 or so years of this game, why it took me this long to get into it. And I'm not gonna go into the time like why I started playing it. You know, I'll just go over it. I played it just because with some guys I met on stream, and ever since then it's been grind time. It's been siege time all the time, every day. But as much as I love the game for its many gameplay elements, which sounds redundant or something, just go with me on this. It's not, there's problems I have with it. Just a couple problems. Mainly Ubisoft problems. You know what problems I'm talking about. If you don't, when I get to them, you will. But I'm gonna start with my pros. I'm gonna start with the pros. You know why I friggin' love this game. Now, if you haven't played Siege, if you've been under a rock, if you've just not been paying attention to it like I was, it's basic game, just attackers, defenders. You get an objective. One team has to. You get the idea. Go watch some. You watching the gameplay right now. You get the idea. And you have operators, and just like any quote unquote hero shooter, all the operators have different stats, different weapons. Some share weapons, some have similar stats, but they all have different abilities. So you got one guy that can detect heartbeats through walls. You got another guy that can give out armor packs. You got one guy that can blow up reinforced walls, and they're just adding more. They got Sam Fisher coming out. That looks badass. And there's so many. If I wrote it down, there's like 50 or so. There's a lot as of now, to the point where you're wondering, what are they gonna add next? What's awesome about this game and its operators, the same thing that's really awesome about like Overwatch and its heroes, most given MOBAs and whatnot, is the synergy of how operators will work together with their abilities and how they can be countered. Example, say you're attacking, you have Thatcher, who has an EMP grenade. He throws it in, knocks out any electronics. Or Fuse, who has a cluster charge. You stick it against windows and walls, it shoots out grenades, it blows up whatever's on the other end. And then you have IQ. He has a little device that can detect electronics. Now say you're coming up on a room, you see a bunch of electronics through her scanner, and you say, hey guys, throw a grenade, put in charge. But that's like a really simple, teamwork aspect. When you get to the counters, it's even like way more better, because you got one operator named Finka who does an adrenal surge, where you get extra health, you get revived if you're down, and your heart's just racing the whole time. It's pretty awesome. It's through nano machines, son. This is pretty cool because you get a little damage resistance. But the other team could have Pulse, the one I just mentioned, with the heartbeat sensor. Because your heart's racing from the adrenal surge, he'll be able to detect you a lot more easy, because you'll just be sewn up on his scanner going or you have if I remember this correctly, Smoke, who has toxic gas. If you're under adrenal surge, you're breathing faster, you're going to inhale more and take more damage. And it's like that with so many of the operators, this synergy that they work together and how they counter, to where you really have to be smart about your composition, who you're going against. And I love that in this. I love that in games like this. There's so much to consider strategically with how all these gadgets work, and they're just so freaking cool. You got guys that range from an operator who has a crossbow that shoots either smoke arrows or fire arrows. You can burn stuff up, you can destroy barbed wire. You got a guy that can set traps at doors that blow up, an operator that sets down bear traps. It's friggin' awesome. It's just so much to play with, and it's really hard. Like, if you're not familiar with Rainbow Six games, I've only played this and Vegas 2, but it's very much like Vegas 2 in how you can die very easy. Like a headshot, it doesn't matter if it's from a pistol, a rifle, a shotgun, whatever, you're dead. Doesn't matter what your armor rating is. It doesn't matter if you have whatever, you're dead, because that's Rainbow Six. You take a lot of damage like that, and it's really awesome because on one hand it means you can get killed really easy, but on the other hand it makes it that much more satisfying when you get a kill, because that means you landed those hits that could have easily killed you on your opponent before they could do anything to you. It's just so well built with how it shoots, with how operators are designed, with how maps are laid out. Gameplay loop that you've all heard about, of just like doing something over and over again for 30 seconds or so. Siege has nailed down their loop so well that you just get addicted to its gameplay. But that's, well, you know what? Not all perfect. And a lot of the things that I have a problem with are not really on the gameplay side, which is to say the alpha packs. The game has microtransactions. You can earn in-game credits called renown, or you can get siege tokens or whatever with real money. You can use those to buy skins for guns, operators. You can get heads, you can get charms for your guns. It's all well and good, but because this is Ubisoft and they like to halt your progression so that you feel like you have to buy the boosters, which you can, of course, you're making renown at a snail's pace. Even if you're winning, you're barely making anything, and you're unlocking barely anything because of that. In a game like this, you should be unlocking stuff constantly, or at least at a good enough pace to where you don't get frustrated and bored. But Ubisoft, this is Ubisoft. They want you to feel pressured into buying their shit. But you also get cosmetics and stuff out of the alpha packs, which you can only get either through renown or by winning a match and spinning a wheel with a percentage chance of getting the pack that it has to land on. And that percentage chance gets bigger every time you win. Not even win, just every match you play that you don't get the pack, it gets a little bigger to where you can have like a 50% chance. But I want you to think about this. Alpha packs are random. You're opening it to get one item for one. It's completely random, and the only way you can get alpha packs, aside from buying them with renown, which again is, you gotta work hard to get enough of to where when you buy packs you don't just run out instantly, but it's random chance of getting a pack for a random chance at getting something. It is RNG for RNG, and it boggles my mind. And it's not like Overwatch, which I'm going to use as a good example, because at this point they're throwing loot boxes at you. Like, it's really easy to get boxes. Just in most loot box systems in games give you multiple items. In this, it's one. You are trying to get a random chance at getting a pack for a random chance at one item, and there is plenty of stuff in the game to where they could have 3 items a pack. And of course, when you get a dupe, you get renown. But it's just all that hard work, all that hope and random chance for one thing that could be lousy. And it's so annoying. You don't get a pack when you level up. You don't get a pack no matter how many times you win until you spin the thing and it lands on the little thing you'll see in the video. And it's just so annoying. It makes you feel like you're not unlocking anything at a steady pace. But a lot of stuff is pretty cool that you unlock. They get some pretty awesome skins, pretty awesome stuff for your ops and your guns. And there's also a problem with levers. And I did this thing. I put down 20 matches. I had played 20 matches. Every time someone left and no one joined in on either team, I marked it down. And out of 20 matches, 9 of them, someone left, no one joined, and either our team or the enemy team would have the advantage. And this could be one person leaving or 2 people. It's just no one joins in quick enough. And I don't know if that's because of the way it's set up with the queue, or if there's not enough people playing. I play on Xbox. Don't at me, because I would love to play it on PC. It's like, oh, we have only 3 people and they have 5. We're at a real disadvantage. Shit. And then there's friendly fire. And a lot of people are gonna get me, oh, get good, I know. But anyone who's played Siege enough knows that you have gotten shot by your own teammates just because I have been shot just because I guess I was putting the reinforced wall up in the wrong place. And it's just like, what? Like, in competitive, I totally see like adding friendly fire. It makes sense. You know what I mean? It's part of that hardcore competitive side. But in casual, where people just dick around, you can just be killed because it's really annoying. And yeah, you can, pick them, or they can get a reverse friendly fire where if they shoot their own teammates, they'll get damaged. But that seems like a middleman, really, like when you could just take it out. I mean, that's just me. I'm not say take it out of the entire game. Keep it in competitive. But I just want to play a game and not have to worry about some dude just shooting me in the head. Because all in all, this is a game that people who like really challenging shooters should play, because it is that hard. You get hit and it can take you down if it's just like a gut shot or a headshot. It's really intense. Listening for enemies that are coming, or trying to hear if they're on the other side of the wall you're breaching through. And then the teamwork element is just so that I highly recommend this game, even with my gripes, even if as frustrated as I may get at being team killed or not unlocking anything, or going on that heavy grind. I still have a blast playing, and I would recommend it to anyone else. And that's my thoughts on Rainbow Six Siege, a game I am very late for. Again, this has been a structureless ramble, one of many that I do. I say that there's only 2 of them. But yeah, like, sub, share, do whatever. You've been on YouTube, you know the idea, my dude. You know what to do. Man, it feels like it's been a year. Well, it has been a year. Rio de Janeiro. It's Carnival! Oh. Oh, they don't know. They don't even know. There we go. Can't handle that.